Hi everyone. Today we're going to look at a classroom activity which will help you to write poetry about particular places. It could be any place whatsoever. And we're doing this to help give people real confidence in their creativity. Now, to tell you the story of where this started, I took some students on a school trip. We went to Belgium, we went to France, and we visited the battlefield. So it was a historical trip. And we were looking at where the different battles were and how the war memorials had been built in order to commemorate the sacrifices that had been made. And as part of that trip, I wanted to do something really creative with the students. And so this is the poem that we ended up with at the end. And in a couple of minutes, I'll tell you how we got there. So the poem is named after one of the locations that we visited, which was called Sanctuary Wood. And here's the poem. Cries of fear roam the land as echoes of gunshots ricochet over the horizon. And in the silence that follows, a whisper of tears. Those who were once moving are now still, and rows of headstones stand erect before us, marking the sacrifice of thousands of men. This is not what their families would have wanted. Their sadness and unanswered prayers weigh heavy as lead at the loss of their cherished sons taken too early. Yet their deaths have made a safe haven, and we will always remember the great loss that saved us. As the wind whistles through the graves, I know their souls have found the light, even as sunset falls over the trenches that zigzag like scars across the silent land. Now, this poem is written by kind of 13, 14-year-olds, and it's a composite of lots of different ideas that we shaped into one poem. And I think it works really well. It could be any place that you choose for this, but something with a bit of background works really well. Something when you've got a sense of the history of the location works really well too, but it could be anywhere. Okay, so here's how the activity works. So first of all, you visit your chosen location. Take pictures, take videos. Obviously, don't take pictures without of humans, without their permission. But take pictures and videos in order to capture a sense of the place, so you can revisit it back in the classroom. And then jot down notes using this scaffold. So I see, I hear, I smell, I feel, I imagine, I remember. And students could write down any number of things. So it doesn't have to be one thing that they see or one thing that they hear. They might have 10 things that they see and one thing that they smell and 5 things that they imagine. That is absolutely fine. So they jot down their notes. They could use the app on their phone, the notes app on their phone, or they could use paper, however you want that to work. Then, when you're back in the classroom, drop the sentence starters and shape your ideas into a poem. So, for example, when we were at one of the cemeteries, one of the students wrote, I hear the wind whistling through the graves. So we dropped the phrase I hear and we just have the wind whistling through the graves. And if you do that with every statement, you're left with quite an impressionistic sense of the place. It works really well. Then, once you've gotten rid of the sentence starters, consider the order of your ideas. So, in a poem, we often take the reader on a journey. Where do you want to start that journey, and where do you want to end that journey? So, with our poem, we started with the loss, with the suffering, then we went to the experiences of the families who were at home, but we wanted to end with a sense of hope for the future. So, think about where you want to start and where you want to end your poem. Also, everyone needs an editor. Do not be afraid to cut. If people have written down something that's not great, just cut it out and focus on the good things. And the way we did it was we compiled lots of ideas together just to make one poem for the whole group. And that worked really well, or individual students could write their poems too. Okay, enjoy writing. Hope it goes well.